everybody. Hey, nerds. Welcome back to Nerds with Dice. I am super excited for this evening for this one shot. Right now on Nerds with Dice, we're raising the TJFP moves money to trans-led grassroots groups and projects with trust and no strings attached. If you want to find out more about the TJFP, there are links in the chat to find out about their missions and their goals, as well as the donation link. We've got some pretty cool incentives as far as how you can affect our game should you want to donate. Our options for this are you can give a player an extra die for $5. You can give a player a reroll for 10. And if you want to get a little bit spicy for $20, you can add to the villain clock.
No.
Uh, I'm super excited to be running this one shot of Girl by Moonlight. First, I want to say that this entire story is the brainchild of A Synthetic 20. They were not able to run this story, and so they gave me the keys, and I cannot wait to hopefully show them what an amazing storyteller they are because I got the notes and they are fantastic. My name is Mary. I am the GM for this evening, and I want to popcorn it to some of my amazing players. We're going to start first with Merm. Can you give us your introduction to your characters?
Yeah. Hi, my name is Worm. I use uh, a little mishap. I use she, they pronouns, not she, her pronouns. Um, and my character that I'll be playing today is Tewila. She also uses no, she uses she, her pronouns, and uses the unlikely hero playbook.
And then you can popcorn it over to somebody else.
Oop, did we lose audio on you?
Muted, but
Yes, you did, because I muted
I read her
myself.
mouth, and I think you said Kelly.
I did say I'm going to pop it over to Kelly.
Okay. Hi, I am Kelly. I use she, they pronouns. And today I will be playing Raina, who also uses she, they pronouns and utilizes the Guardian playbook. And I will popcorn it to Janie.
Hi, I'm Janie. She, they pronouns playing Madison with a Y. She, they pronouns. And it's the time traveler playbook.
And hello, my name
Oh,
is. Oh,
yeah,
sorry,
sorry. I meant to
I stole
popcorn
your
it.
popcorn. Popcorn me.
Okay. I meant to popcorn it to you. Sorry.
That's okay. I assumed because I'm the last one, but you can popcorn me. I'm so sorry for taking that from you. Okay. Hi, my name is Chanel Lees. I use she, Faye pronouns, and I will be playing. And I forgot because I looked at everybody else's name list and didn't see mine, and that made me wipe my brain because I have ADHD. Mariah. Also, Did we do both names or just one?
We'll,
Oh,
we'll save the second
Spoilers.
name for a little bit
spoilers.
later.
Well, I only have one name, and that name is Mariah, and she uses she, her pronouns.
All right. Well, I want to give some content warnings for tonight. So, there will be some creepy and scary themes for this evening. If you are not comfortable with undead monsters, creepy creatures, and uh, anything that goes bump in the night, this might not be the stream for you. But luckily, we have so many other streams going on this weekend. I'm sure that there will be something for everybody. But that is the content warning, at least for this stream. To get into our world, uh, welcome to the city of Prisma. Once a glowing and beautiful gem on the coast, a little bit has happened in that this world is very similar to our own. In fact, it's almost like another timeline. But a strange meteor about a week ago crash landed into the planet, and along with it brought some unique new abilities to this world. In fact, emotions now have power. What you feel inside, anger, sadness, happiness, is now physical. You think it, you can probably create it with enough strength and inner peace. But the problem also comes when there are too many negative emotions in one place. Chaos can ensue, and that's what happened to the city of Prisma. About, I would say, 5 days ago, undead started cropping up across the city. People have been s- warped and turned into creatures that would normally be described in folklore, now a reality. To the point that the city has almost been completely overrun, except for one point, the center of the city where the cleansing wellspring is. Now, our magical girls TM today uh, have all volunteered to enter the city one last time to get to the wellspring, because the wellspring is the only way they will be able to bring color back into the city. So as we have our camera zoom in to our wonderful group, uh we just are starting right into the action, guys. You all are fighting a group of your classic zombies. We're talking people that crawled out of the grave and are back again. What I would like to do real quick is I'm going to go through each one of you, and I want to know what your power move is when you're fighting, and in a way, what you see in the city, or I guess what you miss from it. We're gonna start again, Merm. We zoom in on your character, fighting a couple undead. What is the power move that you are using on these undead?
Yeah, so because I am, just your average person. I don't have any like magical abilities. I'm kind of just like here because I want my city back. So I've found just like a piece of a wall, and I'm just hitting zombies with it, because like I kind of see everybody else kind of kicking ass, and I'm like I gotta do something. I have to try something, and so my something is, oh, that wall is broken, and I'm just gonna take it apart and start whacking these zombies with them. Um,
I love that.
yeah,
So we see Twilla just like grab a chunk out of this wall, and to add some flavor to it, this was an art wall at one point in time, where a bunch of people across the city would have street art and post the posters of the different events going on. All of it now drained of color into a gray scale. It almost looks at all as all the paints have morphed into each other and are constantly twisting and turning to show little faces within the painting that almost look as though they're screaming within it. Uh, Twella is able to grab that wall and just full on like frying pan smack these undead, knocking them out, where they hopefully won't rise a secondary time. Next, we're going to go over to Madison. Madison, you yourself are fighting a rather large undead, a hulking type. We see it just like it's very slow. So you have some time to figure out how to end this kind of a creature to get you to your next stage.
Well, for some, I seem to be just one step ahead of everybody. So I'm able to, I want to say it, maybe it swipes at me, but I get out of the way to swipe and I find a convenient pipe that, things are always convenient for me. So I found a convenient pipe and I whack it with the pipe. Like I know exactly where to whack at. I think you see a little bit of just like sparkles kind of swirl as I do this.
That is perfect. Yeah. With your ability to just stay one step ahead, almost like super calculated, it almost looks like a dance between you and this creature. Just quickly, one step, two steps, swing, and the bigger they are, the harder they fall. You see, as just you have knocked this guy out, uh, falling to the ground with a giant thud. There is a uh, poof of dust that kind of explodes out from under him, and as you're looking at the city itself, it's kind of strange. You're not from this place, but it almost looks like an overlay for you at this point. You see the city as it is now and the city as it will be. What does the city from your timeline look like at this point?
Right now, from my timeline, it is rubble. It's all, there is no color. It's just this gray kind of wasteland. I'm going to say that there was like a billboard, a, something that was probably really big and annoying, and the fabric from it's just like flapping in the breeze. So you can kind of see what it once was, but right now maybe there's like a piece of a smile that's like ripped in half, so it looks really scary. Or maybe like the eyes are poked out of another picture. It just looks completely wrong.
In a couple of blinks, as you see this rubble and what remains and the damaged flag, again, almost like a shutter, it just snap, snap back to the prime reality that you're on currently. Everything snaps back into to place. As you have a mission, we're next going to go over to Reina. Reina, you
Mhm.
being the guardian of the group, probably have tackled the biggest group of undead.
Yeah.
They very much are clamoring over top of each other to get to you. How do you deal with this group?
Well, we all, just for some context, we all volunteered to come back in here. And I don't think Reina has lived in this city for all that long, but loves this city. And um, has a younger sister who is still like in high school and has borrowed her because we're not soldiers, we just came in here trying to do a good thing. So I think she's wielding her younger sister's hockey stick, and so she's twirling it in the air almost like a baton and like severing lower jaws from undead and just jabbing in eye sockets, anything to slow the onslaught.
You, in remembering the moment of your sister and making that prize winning goal,
Mhm.
in an instant you just almost mimic that and you just do a full like circle spin to be able to knock one out, two out, three out, four out, just in a circle, with some different sparks coming off of it. uh you even see across the way where your sister would go to practice now hasn't been fully torn down, but the bright lights on the exterior are now dim. All of it all washed of color. Lastly, dealing with one of the most sneaky undead that you've ran into so far, we have Mariah. Mariah, as you are kind of like watching your surroundings, you've noticed a shadow kind of dart from corner to corner of a building, and you feel like you just have a moment of breath before it will try and pounce. How do you evade this creature?
Hmm. That's an interesting question because if there's one thing Mariah is good at, it's being seen. So I think Mariah's tactic is to bait this thing out, and she loudly announces, "I see you stalking around me," and tries to anticipate where it's going to leap out, trying to keep all of her senses, keep her head on a swivel. She knows she's about to get ambushed, but it's not really an ambush if you know it's coming. So she's using that to her advantage.
In a split second, almost you feel the breath on the back of your neck as you feel it try and reach out and grab you. You're able to quickly spin out of the way. What kind of weapon would Mariah use?
I've been puzzling over that, and I don't know if it makes any sense, but I feel like Mariah specializes in hand to hand combat and might be weaponless.
I love it. So you basically use this creature's momentum as it kind of leaps at your neck as you feel it just there, and you wait till the exact right time where you can just turn your body, grabbing it, throwing it into the ground, and just quickly giving it a punch through. Your hand goes all the way through,
Oh yeah.
uh, and silence. Silence greets the city. You could hear a pin drop, but you have all managed to defeat the group of undead that you first ran into entering the city. And as Raina said, you all volunteered for this. Not many people were comfortable going back. It took a lot to just get everyone evacuated. Who would choose to go back unless they have something to fight for? Um, you have a moment of reprieve as you group back up. Uh, the area is still and it is somewhat safe. So what do you guys do?
Is everyone all right?
I am just rummaging through rubble for a weapon. Don't respond.
I'm getting a lot of silence. Is everyone all right?
I find a
I'm
metal
fine.
pipe and hit it twice.
Thank you.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Like I thought that I was audible because the captions caught me, and I
Nope.
remembered I'm using a different microphone for the
Yeah,
captions.
it's
But
okay. We played into it. It's good.
yeah.
Also, I'm curious, what does everybody look like?
Yeah. Uh as the dust settles, what does Mariah look like as they quickly have dispatched this creature?
Now, before I answer that question, I do need a slight clarification on the way the game works. So I'm
Mhm.
assuming, since this is a magical girl game,
Yes.
that transcending is something that's kind of going into combat. That's run of the mill. It's not like a final, or is that like a this is my final form thing.
That's
Like,
your final form thing. So
okay,
currently you guys are transformed into your uh magical girl selves.
okay, so
So
that's a
you'd be
different
able to tap
word.
into the power.
Okay,
The transcendence is like when you unleash everything you've got left, and you basically arise to the true self within yourself. Um,
so she would currently be wearing her mask as the Enigma.
yes,
Okay, that's what I need to know, whether or not she's wearing her mask. So Mariah, you see Mariah is approximately 6'2", and she
Okay.
doesn't look exactly. I mean, she's an imposing figure. She cuts an imposing figure. Um, but she doesn't exactly shrimp, but she does tend to roll her shoulders forward, roll her chest forward, as it's a little bit boring to be looking over the tops of everybody's heads. So she has a habit of like being angled downward so she can make eye contact with people. Um, so her extending herself to her total height is something for special occasions, and it's a sight to behold. Um, she has warm medium brown skin. She's got long midnight blue locks that hang to her waist. They seem to be full of faint sparkling stars, but on closer inspection, she just has some silvery strands, some like more like flecks amongst the strands of her interlocked hair in her locks. It's not just free flowing. Of course, in combat you do want to have your hair to be under some control, so she's got some two little mini buns on the top, and then her hair is just kind of like loosely held behind her neck by an elastic or a ribbon of some sort. And she wears it's kind of like a jumpsuit. It's not very loose, but it's not like it's something between a cat suit and a jumpsuit. It's also midnight blue, also bespeckled with flecks of silver. I believe it probably goes to it kind of fades or like a gradient to kind of a white to the sleeves and the ankle cuffs. It is a long sleeve outfit. And the most striking thing about her is that her eyes are completely white and they're kind of reminiscent of the eyes. So she doesn't wear a mask, like a visible mask on her face. The color of her eyes are reminiscent to that just white void that you see on animated series when a superhero has a mask over their eyes.
Love that. As you scan, who do you see next?
I think because Reina asked a question, her attention would go over to her.
Reina, what does Mariah see?
Okay. Well, so in my mind, during this scene, Reina was not transformed. We're very much in like standard Reina mode, and she's just being ridiculous with a hockey stick. Um, so I think Reina is pretty average height, maybe 5'5". Um, since we're doing modern fantasy, does have pointed ears, but is dressed pretty casually. Has like choppy, dirty blonde hair, cut nice and short. Like everything she has just kind of looks well worn in and loved. Like we're not bougie about it. We're all about practicality. So it's like a baggy like burgundy zip up hoodie and kind of really worn in jeans and maybe even a pair of Vans. Who can say? Well loved though. It's all well loved and not new and just they're just rocking it. Because they're in baggier clothing, you can't really tell that they're kind of muscular underneath, but we'll get to that part later. I think they have blue eyes, little tan, some freckles. Uh, I think now that the battle is over, anybody with a keen eye would notice a white knuckled grip on this hockey stick as they're just tapping their thumb on it, like maintaining outer confidence and tranquility, but very aware of the situation that we're in.
Uh, Reina, as you're scanning to make sure everyone's okay, uh, who do your eyes fall upon?
I think because I heard the two knock pipe drop, I'm pretty sure Raina would be looking for Tewila.
So, I mean this in the best and most respectful way possible. Tewila, face down, ass up. Looking for.
All right, so I see
looking.
ass first. I guess.
Somebody clip it.
Somebody.
I'm looking for a weapon, and like I hear you say my
Throat.
name again, and I just like shoot up with like some like already like
Tewila!
sawed off like screwdriver, so it's just this like nub, and I'm like, this is all I could find. I don't have anything.
It's
And then
good enough.
you see a 5'2" like just little like a shorter person, also wearing very like worn clothing, wearing some like cargo shorts, combat boots, and a t-shirt. They have a like pretty worn out backpack on their back that's honestly really empty, but they don't want to tell anybody that. They have tattoos all over their body. That's kind of like their signature. That's how you know they who they are. They have their hair up in a tight bun, a little flower in their hair as well, um, and they're just like
You need help?
all of you do this cool stuff. I can't do this cool stuff. I need weapons. Hello?
I can help you look if you would like.
There is rubble over here, and I think it said like an auto shop or something like that. So there has to
Okay.
be something. I'll take a wrench, not this. And
All
then I
right.
throw the
Okay, I'll help you.
screwdriver behind me, and then I immediately turn around and make sure Madison isn't behind me when I do that.
Shit.
And then I look for Madison.
So Madison, can you describe what you look like as Tawilla kind of scans to make sure that you are not hit with a rogue screwdriver?
Okay, so Madison is about 5, a little bit shorter than average, about 5'2", 5'3". She's got medium brown skin, and she's got her hair in like one of those side ponytails that's curly, with like the wispy curls in the front. And got um she's got a kind of a different outfit. It's the top part of the outfit is one of those floral dresses that was like all the fashion around 2020, and then it's kind of cut off some, and she's got pants under it, and flat shoes. They looks all good because she's not about practicality. This is Madison we're talking about. She's also not, now that the battle's over, she's kind of looking off into the distance. But when the screwdriver flies, she just gets out the way, like she knew it was coming.
Sorry.
Yeah, so you dive out just like in the nick of time. Uh, Screwdriver lands on the ground with a little ting sound, and for a moment, like there's a pause, just like waiting to see if there's anything near that would have heard it. But luckily for you guys, it doesn't seem like there's anything too close by. You guys are at the outer edge of the city. Uh, you've got about Luckily, the city isn't too large, where you can at least easily travel it by foot. Um, but you are going to need to figure out a way to get towards the center. Currently, at the outskirts, this is more of like where we find a couple of different family owned businesses, a variety of apartments and housing. As we get further in to a more densely populated area, things are going to get tougher. Uh, you see that you do currently have daylight on your side, but you're going to have to hoof it to try and get there before dark.
And does it get significantly worse at dark? Would we know that?
You would know that
Okay.
the different creatures seem to be more active during the dark.
Oh, great. I love that, Mary.
It'll be fine. You guys will be
Yeah, we'll be
fine.
fine.
We're gonna
We're
fight
so
the sun
fine.
to keep it in the sky.
We're gonna
So
fight the
fine.
sun.
We're gonna throw things at the sun.
Just yeet them in the sun.
GM, I would like to fight the sun.
I would like to jump to the sun and fight it hand to hand.
But as you guys are there, what is your plan? You've got made it through your first horde. Uh,
Test.
All right.
what do you guys do?
I mean, I've, I feel like
Rest.
we're out in the open right here. Um, did you find a weapon yet?
I
Wrench, anything?
yeah, I would like to try to find a weapon.
Crowbar.
Yeah. So first roll of the game, and I should note we do have
Ooh.
our first player re-roll. So keep that in mind. If things get tough, you do have a re-roll available. Uh, Getting into it, looking at trying to find a weapon, is there any one of your attributes or action ratings that you find would be helpful? Obviously, I think perceive would be a really good one. But if you can argue it, I am willing to work with you.
Yeah, I'm gonna bite the bullet. I'm gonna use perceive, but I do not have any like points towards it.
Okay. Would you like? Oh, uh, Reina, you have a question?
Quick question: is there a help mechanic in this game? Just because I
There
did
is.
offer.
Yeah. So, what's really cool is you have your regular action reading that gives you a certain points to add dice to your pool. You also have ways of adding bonus dice other than our really great incentives that we have set up. Uh, you can do that by giving the help action, where
Okay.
someone basically tells how they aid, uh, and they make themselves open to the consequence should the roll fail.
Yeah.
But they do give someone else a added die. They spend a
Okay.
stress to do so. Or the other way to add bonus dice, and you can do both of these at the same time, is by spending stress to give yourself a bonus, describing how you prepared beforehand about what could help you in the scenario before you roll. Now, if you have no points in an attribute, you roll 2 dice and take the worst. But if you do have a little bit of help, then you won't have to do that.
I will help. I will, to put it plainly, also go face down, ass up with Tuila. Because that's the technical term, right? That's
Yes,
Yep.
that is.
yes.
Absolutely.
Mechanically, face down, ass
Yes.
That's how that works.
Would you like to add a second bonus die to Willa?
Yes. I would like to
Okay.
spend a stress.
Okay. Well, you do have an option though, if you wish to do it this early on. You can make a poison promise.
What is it? Can
Uh,
I hear your poison promise and then choose?
yeah, so my poison promise is you'll be able to find whatever weapon you want, but you're going to make a lot of noise doing so.
Oh no.
I would like to spend a stress.
All right,
Real,
all right.
real.
I may be the weakest magically speaking, but practically when my face is up,
In my
I'm
when my
there.
face when my face is up
my face
and my
up,
ass is down.
ass down, we're good. Respectfully.
Respectfully, of course.
So I roll
All
4
right.
dice.
So that would be 2 dice.
2 dice.
You don't have to take any the lesser value.
Okay.
And the way the die roll works, a 3 to a 1 is a failure, 4 and 5 is a mixed success, and a 6 is a critical success.
So I'm looking for the highest dice.
You're looking for the highest dice.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. It's a 5.
Ooh.
Mixed success. That's
Yeah.
fantastic. What weapon do you find in the rubble?
With a mixed success, so it can't be like a katana.
Well, mixed success can mean that you could find a katana,
Mm-hmm.
but the mixed success also would mean that this is going to take time and make noise.
Oh.
I like
Okay.
that this implies that katanas can be found at like a car repair shop.
Yeah.
Because that's where you were looking.
Your friendly neighborhood car repair shop does
Yeah.
own a katana.
Yeah. His
Just
son
in
is
case.
like
Me.
an anime kid or whatever.
Yeah, for
Hung up
real.
on the
Yeah,
wall
absolutely.
or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He wants his kid to feel safe at the.
Yeah.
Hey, every
So
car
with a
shop I've gone
katana on
to
the
has
wall.
had katanas.
Commonly found.
Yeah.
More common than you think.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I think I don't want to take time. I think I'm gonna like rush it a lot more. So I'm going to make noise and find like one of those like giant wrenches that you need like in a car repair shop.
Yeah.
Love it.
Giant
Uh,
wrench.
you're able to find that under a pile of different metal tools as you're digging it out. However, you are making quite a bit of noise. And Mariah, you begin to hear shambling. Uh, it doesn't seem like it's too close yet, but you feel as though you should probably be trying to move ahead.
There's more approaching us. We should get out of Dodge. Ooh, that's not a
Yes.
thing. That's something my dad would say. Maybe her
I-
dad says it too. That's why she
My
said
dad
it.
says it too.
Yeah, okay. That's fine.
My
We'll,
dad also
we'll
says
take it. Okay, cool. Validated. Not a weird
On
thing to
the-
on
say.
the wall we see Dodge's auto shop.
Yep, yep, just in the background. The camera zooms in. Uh,
uh,
Hey.
Sponsor us.
but
Right.
yes, so options you guys have. You
Mhm.
know, as far as the city map goes, there are the footpaths, that normal sidewalks that you could use. They will take longer for you to get to where you need to go. Or you could go through the tunnels where the subway system is. Uh, this subway system is much more direct, but you don't
Right.
have protection of the sunlight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mary, I felt in my bones that you were going to say that.
Hmm.
What?
So
Me?
whenever
No.
they're fun, it is not the changing of time that heightens their emotions, correct?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
So like so then that means that whenever they're in the dark, that's kind of like when they start to get heightened, not the changing of time.
It's not necessarily the changing of time. It is the light. The light
Mm.
itself has been found to help keep them away. And you guys would know at least of the settlement that has been created since the evacuation. There are huge floodlights all along the outskirts of the settlement that help illuminate it to hopefully keep a slight barrier
Mhm.
where the undead won't try to go.
And it's worked.
It's worked so far.
My
So
new
my
objective is to find every single piece of light that
Heck
I
yeah.
can illuminate
I
on the
was
way to wherever we're going.
I was thinking, I was like, I'm wondering if we could find some sort of, hardware store or something and just raid it before we go in the tunnels
Absolutely, you can. Uh, Real
and
quick,
just take like
whoever,
flashlights or whatever.
I'm not going to make you roll for this because you guys know the town pretty well.
Yeah.
Who would have a connection to that hardware store?
I want to say
Hmm.
me. I'm just your run of the mill, you know?
Mhm.
I grew up very middle class. I don't think my parents owned the hardware store, but I think my mom and my dad both worked in it.
So, Tuella, you know the closest hardware store where your parents had worked. Uh, from what you understand, you remember during what do you remember during the evacuation about the hardware store?
I remember everyone going in and raiding and ransacking every single shelf that they could. I remember my parents grabbing weapons, like gardening equipment and like plywood and things just to put in the back in the manager's office, just in case like they couldn't make it out, or if I couldn't make it out, or any one of my siblings couldn't make it out. So they at least had somewhat of a safe house, or at least just a building to lay low in.
You immediately remember that safe place. It's still locked up. It's only a little ways away, and it would be a nice place to at least take a rest and come up with a plan.
How much daylight do we have left?
It is about 11 a.m. and sun sets
Okay.
around 8 o'clock at night.
Hmm.
Okay. That's not too bad.
No. Okay. We can, like, does everyone want to try to head there, see what's left over?
Yeah, I want to see like if they have lanterns, flashlights, anything
Mhm.
like that. Sparklers even,
Yeah. I mean,
anything.
like, everybody was just grabbing weapons. At the time, nobody knew about the light thing.
Yeah,
So
Mhm.
you might
we
be
can
lucky.
try.
Yeah.
With a plan in mind, you head towards the hardware store, probably in the nick of time, as Mariah, you do begin to hear a horde, but something is strange.
Mm.
They're singing.
Oh no, hate it. Mm-mm.
You
That's
hear
new.
a choir of people and almost a sing-song voice. Join us,
No, I won't. No,
Mm.
join us.
We're
In the
no.
going, we're
hardware store.
going,
Let's
we're
be in the store.
going,
Let's be
we're
in the store.
going.
I'm
Go,
running
go.
faster.
You
Actually,
guys,
I won't.
yes. Oh,
Leave us.
Leave
Leave
us.
us. All right. Sorry.
so it sounds like you guys are trying to run away before you see whatever that has in store for you. Um,
I want no part of that.
just nope out of there. You run toward the hardware store. As you approach it, you see that the glass has been smashed out of the front. Uh, However, as you kind of scan around the building just to see, it doesn't appear that there are any undead inside, as well as it looks like the back room is completely intact, meaning all of the windows have not been broken, locks are still in place, and it works as a safe place to lay low for a little bit.
Wait. I'd like to quickly sweep like the area just in case nothing jump scares, you know?
Valid. What would you like? What skill are you thinking for that?
um
If you want me to roll this time, I would say Reina would absolutely want to do this as well to
yeah, and
make
I
sure.
can help you then.
Because I think I have something in perceive and you do not.
I do not.
I will do
I just
it.
know the I just this is I know this place like the back of my hand sort of thing.
Absolutely. So Reina,
Yeah.
how many dice do you normally have in Perceive?
I have, because I'm still trying to remember how this game works, I do have it marked off. It is one of my skills.
Okay, fantastic. So you start with one die. Now we can. It sounds like Tuella is willing to help. So Tuella
Okay.
needs to spend a stress to be able to do that.
Okay.
And then you have the option of adding a bonus die either for spending a stress or a poison promise.
I don't, it's too early. We just got here, Mary. I'm not going to make a poison promise with you. Not now.
I'm always here.
No,
I'm always happy to make a deal. But
no.
that's not a problem. You can easily spend stress to have
Okay,
a
I will
total of
spend a
three
stress.
die in your
All
pool.
right. Oh, hell yeah.
And you're
I would
looking
love to do
for
that.
high numbers. Six is a critical.
Okay, come on, come on, come on, come on.
Come on, crit.
I've got, I've got 2 5s and a 1.
Mixed success. That's fantastic. You scan through the area, and it does not seem as though there's anything inside. Listening outside the door, peering around the corners of the different aisles of the hardware store, even looking out, trying to see if anything could be hiding on the roof. You do not see anything. However, you do note that there is an open air vent that something could eventually go into. It's not taken up now, but it could be a problem later.
Can I close that up?
That'll be another check to do so.
No.
I
Okay.
know. I'm sorry. I
No.
well, actually, how about this? So this would technically be considered a consequence. Something that goes in the player's way.
Mhm.
We do resistance rolls when something is trying to attack you, as the
Okay.
GM doesn't really roll in this game. Um, but I would say if you want to try and evade this consequence with a resistance roll, uh, I'd be
Okay.
okay with that.
So what do I roll for a resistance roll?
So the attribute is entirely up to you. You can basically decide how you're going about trying to close this vent to resist the consequence.
I so I can choose, so can I choose defy?
Absolutely,
Like
this is a
like
perfect defy.
as I am closing it up, I'm just muttering to myself. Absolutely not. Not today. Wait, can I curse? Am I allowed to curse? I forget. I forgot to ask if I could
We've got an
curse.
R rating. I think we're
Okay.
as long as it's within Twitch
Fuck these
TOS, we're good.
things. Not today. Hammering whatever I need to close the fucking
Heck yeah. All right, so
I
uh,
will roll.
roll your defy.
Okay. Come on. I got a 4.
That's a mixed success. You are able to cover up the majority of the air vent, which will
Okay.
make it so anything trying to get inside, you will be warned about it and it will slow them down.
Cool. Okay.
But you all are free to go into the shop.
I follow Tuila's lead. Back
Armed with the giant wrench, Tuella,
of the giant.
you head towards the back room where you know your parents have hid back some essential supplies, especially for this run. You have the key, you're able to unlock it. Quick, what is Madison and Mariah doing at this point?
I think Mariah is just following along with the group. Um, I think she may be satisfied with the efforts of Reina and Tuila, um, uh, securing the area, but still with her she's still she's freaked out by that weird choir. So her head is still kind of on a swivel. She's just kind of scanning the immediate area and trying her best to extend her attention out into the environment around the building. But unless the GM says otherwise, I think she is satisfied with the sounds she's picking up, the sensations she's getting from her senses, and just kind of uh files in behind the group into the safe room. I think she has kind of a weird habit as she passes through the door. It's one of the rare moments that she does raise herself up to her full height, kind of rolls her shoulders back, and gives the top of the door frame a casual tap. And her elbow is bent as she's not extending, reaching up to touch it. She's just casually, just kind of like inches above her head, just tapping the door frame as she walks in. She enjoys being tall.
Fantastic. What is so as you reach out your magic, your power to kind of sense things, uh you sense the group that is far behind you at this point. They've got time before they're going to get to you. You also noticed about the midway point a dark epicenter of power midway to the fountain.
Okay, so between us and the fountain, there is a dark epicenter of power.
I'm in danger.
I think maybe she kind of frowns as she senses this, tilts her head as though attending to a distant sound, and then upon double checking, just trying to confirm that she is indeed picking up the sensation that she thinks she is, she shares this information with the group.
Okay.
Madison, as you're taking things in, what are you up to as Mariah puts those feelers out?
I'm actually not paying as much attention as it doesn't look like I'm paying as much attention as I should be. I'm I'm seems to be like looking into space a lot. I think I get even I have to be like pushed along a little bit.
Mhm.
We're pulling you from place to place.
What
He
are
has the
you?
preschool
Yeah.
like thing, and we're all holding on to it.
Yeah.
You got the chain, you got the with the
Yeah, yeah,
little
chain
hoops.
with the rings,
Yeah.
and we're
The
just all
loops.
yeah.
That's perfect. Uh, what is Madison seeing that everyone isn't?
I think she's seeing the ruins of the hardware store, and it's really freaking her out. With especially with everybody going into it, and she's like seeing pieces of shelves knocked over. She's seeing probably a door that's been taken off the hinges, and it just looks like she's like staring off into space, but she's like really afraid, not afraid, kind of um hesitant, I should say.
Do you all notice Madison's hesitation?
Yeah,
Oh,
I think. Oh, go ahead.
no, you go ahead.
Okay, I think that one-handed tap on the door frame. I keep forgetting what it's called. It's also accompanied with almost a muscle memory reach back for Madison, and then I'm gonna assume Madison is far enough back from the group that that reach back is also not quite far enough, and um I forgot my own name, Mariah, kind of reaches further back, takes a little step, and kind of scoops around, or attempts to reach around Madison's shoulders. And as she's reaching, kind of attempts to make eye contact, kind of raises her eyebrows and like a quizzical, is that the word I want? A question is on her face.
What? Oh, yeah, I'm fine. We're walking.
You sure?
Yeah, yeah, we just probably how long are we going to stay here?
Pro, I mean, we need to we need the daylight, so I'm assuming not very long. Do you not feel comfortable here?
No. No, we need to get we shouldn't be here too long.
That's okay. I mean, if it means anything, I don't feel comfortable here either. You know, I get it. Are you gonna be okay to do this?
Yes, I am.
Okay. You can say if you're not.
No, I'm great. I'm going to do this.
I can tell you if it makes you feel better, I can tell you I'm not great. I'm fucking terrified. This is the worst thing that has ever happened to me. But we're gonna get through it together.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only option, right?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
And can I say that she grabs like a saw or an axe or
Absolutely.
something sharp,
Everybody
something.
everybody thought I was badass. We have a wrench. We have a saw now. We have
Mariah's just gonna like wrap chainsaw, like whatever those are called, chains, around her fists.
That is perfect. You.
She's not gonna do that. I'm sorry, that was a joke.
Oh, I thought you were like fully gonna like start grabbing
No,
stuff.
I think that would actually really hurt.
You could probably find some wrapping tape though, to be honest, in a hardware
Ooh,
store.
Mhm.
you know
Yeah.
what? That's an
Yeah.
idea. Okay. Yeah.
Tuella, as you open up the back room, it's pristine. It's untouched. And in fact, there's color still here.
Whoa.
Oh my
I
god, we live here now.
I just call everybody over and I'm just like hello? Hello?
Holy shit. Um this is amazing. How is this possible? Everywhere else is grayscale.
Maybe because no one opened the door? I mean, I physically have the keys to the hardware store, so
So wait, are you telling me that if we had all just kept our doors closed, we would have been okay?
no, because they closed the doors at the front and the glass was shattered to get
Not true.
inside.
Yeah,
So
maybe your parents are just that cool.
If you guys would like to, and to roll to try and figure out why here, why is this place the same?
Okay.
I'm open to any skill ideas you guys have.
Um, I think personally, Reina is like I think they're gonna try to roll a perceive. I think respectfully, like is going to turn to Tawila and be like, "May I?" To just try to like look around because I know this is your space.
yeah.
But can I look around a little bit?
Yeah, while you do that, I'm going to like specifically go to like artifacts of my parents to
Oh,
see if there's any spiritual connection there.
oh,
So, if you want to
Absolutely.
look to the other like workers, like places, I'm just going to like go to my parents' lockers.
okay. So we'll have all of that covered.
Mm-hmm.
So I roll wise. Is anyone wanting to help Tawilla and Reina?
I'm rolling empathize.
Oh, you're helping each. Got it. Okay.
Well,
Rain,
I think we're rolling
We're doing
separately.
we're doing
separate.
different roles, I
Okay.
think.
Yeah,
So,
and then I'm
uh,
going to roll empathize.
gotcha. So, for Reina's perceive,
Hmm.
it does anyone want to help? Give the help action. You do have to take stress, but it would give Raina an extra die.
I want to help.
Okay. Thank you. All right, I'm trying. Whoop. I got a 6.
Nice.
Ooh, that's a critical. So you're going to get some fun stuff.
Okay.
As you scan, looking at the different objects and things within this room, as you like touch what looks like the coffee maker set up
Mhm.
in this break room area, you feel a sense of warmth coming from it. It's not plugged in, but it is almost like that feeling of magical energy that
Yeah.
now just permeates this place. There's a sense of warmth and comfort as you kind of touch some of these objects, where going through the rest of the hardware store,
Yeah.
it wasn't there. In fact, there were certain places like at the cashier area that actually
Okay.
had this like cold, almost energy sapping feeling to it.
I'm
Um,
picking up what you're putting down, Mary. I'm on to you. I know what this is. I know what this is. Um, okay. So I'm just feeling like this warm magic.
mhm. A feeling of
Um,
comfort.
feeling of comfort. And would you say perhaps like community?
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, I'm with you. I'm with you.
Uh, Tuella, you're rolling empathize.
Yeah.
Uh, Mariah, would you like to help with Tuella's empathize?
Twilla is using empathize to get context from some artifacts.
Yeah, from my
Mhm.
parents.
Um, yeah. I don't have a pip in empathize, but that doesn't matter, right? I'm just assisting.
You're just helping. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think as long as you mark the stress, you can still contribute the die.
Oh, I
Yep.
see. I understand now. Yeah, I'll mark
Mhm.
that stress. Boom.
And
We're all
now
stressed.
I would like to turn to the GM if there
Oh,
is a poison promise that I can take with this.
Okay.
no! What are you doing?
Uh,
No!
Spicy.
I'm
It
so
is spicy. It is
confident.
I'm a
spicy.
magical
I'm
girl.
just
I can get
scared.
through this.
I'm just scared. Right? I'm just scared.
my poison promise is this: you're going to get the reason of why this place is safe, but you will not. It will not maintain safety for long.
I have a plan for that like of safety later. So
All right. All right. So you're
Mm,
gonna take the poison promise for the bonus die?
yes,
Awesome.
I
you're
am.
so happy.
So
I'm
no matter
chaos.
what you roll, you are going to get info on this.
Hell
Incredible.
yeah.
Do you always have to declare the poison promise before the roll, or can it be taken after the roll?
It has to be before the roll because of
Okay,
the extra die. So,
gotcha.
That was a failure.
oh,
Two twos and
okay.
a 3.
You hold on to these. What do you go to in your parents' locker? What do you pick up?
um, my
Oh no.
mom always keeps like the safe flower that I have in my hair, but that she keeps at work.
Huh?
So she always has a spare. Um, and then for my dad, um, he's very proud of his Samoanness, and so he has like a lot of people put it like in their car, like the little flag, but he has it like on a little keyring in there. And so I look at those two things.
As you look at the flower, you you feel the hug that your mother gave you before coming here. It's almost as though something wraps around you, holding you in that instant. A comforting embrace. And as you stare at your father's memento, your vision clouds. You see what looks like a woman crying. Further into the city, you hear this weeping. Her shoulders shake. You see that she's holding something in her hands as black ichor begins to seep off of her. And then she turns her head and she looks at you. Your vision returns.
Was I able to see any of the surroundings in that? Is it near the well?
It is. It is going along with Mariah's information. It seems like this person may be the source.
So, does it line up with what Mariah said, that it's like in the middle, like between where we are
Correct.
and where the well is? Okay.
Yes. The well luckily still has a layer of protection, but you all know that it is only a matter of time until they are able to break through.
Okay.
But you at least see what might be a source of whatever this strange magic is permeating off of this person. But you feel as though you are being watched, and that is when you begin hearing
Yeah.
the singing again.
Yeah. I like turned back to everybody and I was like, someone just saw me. We'll talk more about it later. We have to go.
Okay. Now, we did say we originally came in here for light sources. I know we didn't necessarily RP that out, but did we grab some on our way in
Yes.
here?
So,
Okay.
for free, you guys don't need to roll for this. You guys spent time looking for things.
Okay.
You have found, I would say, every person can choose a expendiary light source, meaning that it's a one and done, and one that could be used multiple times.
Okay. Cool. Okay.
Great.
So this
So
would include like sparklers, torches, flare guns.
I'm gonna get yeah. Like, could I have like a flare torch for the expendable one?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. And I guess
Could I get a light stick for my expendable one?
Absolutely.
maybe a.
I'm gonna grab the flare gun.
I'm gonna get a lantern,
Mm.
something I can hook onto me.
Yep, that would work for your basically renewable. You can keep
Yeah.
using it for a time.
Yeah.
I think Mariah wants road flares and
That's
the kind of flashlight that, like, is it called a,
I
it's
have,
not a mag light, the one with the hooky on the top, that's like a, it's like a
yeah,
minigun light
I
flashlight.
have something like that too, where it's like you hooked on, so you don't necessarily have to have your hands occupied.
Oh no, this one is like, it's a handheld, but it's like
Okay.
it's a big boy. It's a big like floodlight, but it's a flashlight. I
It,
forget what
it
it's
has a
called.
big range on it.
Big
Mine is
I
one
range,
was
of
just
those.
yeah,
thinking of that too.
yeah.
Mine is one of those cranking camp lanterns.
Ooh. I think because I've had a flashlight like this. It wasn't, the one I had wasn't very big, but it was one where you could, like, there was a slider that adjusted where the light bulb sat, so
Mhm.
you could like make it a narrow, or you can like flood out like that,
Mhm.
and it changes the intensity. I think she would want
Mhm.
something like that. Maybe it's not super big, but it's something that she can kind of like. This is lighting the room versus this is me shooting a beam of light in a direction.
Can I do
And
something
Perfect.
gay for a second?
ooh, do it.
I'm
I hook
always for
I hook
gay
my
things
lantern
anytime.
onto I hook my lantern onto my carabiner on my
Carabiner!
Hell yes.
There, I
Hell
will
yes.
say there is a wall of carabiners still there with a bunch of different colors and
Oh, I'm gonna
supplies.
grab a new one.
Mariah also grabs a carabiner.
Yes.
My backpack is already filled with carabiners, so I'm like, I already have all of these.
I love that you said
Fair.
your backpack was empty, but now we know it's just carabiners.
On the outside, in the inside,
Okay.
we have a
Okay.
giant wrench.
Strictly
We have a flare
carabiners.
gun, and
Flare
we have
gun?
2 sparklers.
Okay.
That
The
is what my
carabiner
backpack now has.
carabiners
Nothing
on
else.
the inside damn near ended me. I can't even talk about it. I'm so shaken up.
It's just
I also
jingling with how many carabiners are in it.
it's not what they're for.
That's why they keep finding us.
I'm too gay.
In addition to, and I'm willing to roll for this, in addition to of two sources of light, I thought about my silly joke, and you took it seriously, and now I'm gonna make it a serious thing. Instead of it being
Do it.
brass knuckle style. I would like Mariah to have gotten the protective gloves that you're supposed to use when you're using a chainsaw,
Oh,
and
heck yeah.
just a chain, like the biggest, heaviest chain
Hell
that
yeah.
she could find to like.
Love
Yep.
this. I love
Yeah.
this.
Okay,
Hell yeah.
can I okay, I'm gonna say that what I have is just there's these lanterns that you can get that close and open
Yeah.
Yes.
and they're super
Oh yeah,
bright.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I have one of those, and then can I get a lighter?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I'm
You
getting one of
find
those barbecue ones that you do the thingy with.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, you find one, it even has, like, the bendy top, where you can, like, direct it if you need to,
Hell yeah.
and you armed with your light sources, new weapons,
Carabiners.
carabiners, and a lot of hope, you guys start making your way closer to the fountain, closer to the wellspring, and closer to whatever is causing this undead problem. This is a
Did Wheeler tell us about the vision?
Yes,
oh,
I
Okay,
do.
I just wanna make sure.
That's what I said when I was like, "Hey,
We
someone
gotta
saw
go.
me. We gotta go."
Someone saw.
We'll
Well,
talk
do
about
we
it
know the
later.
nature of what you saw? Okay, good.
No, it was really scary.
That's really scary.
It was really scary.
but I feel like this is a great place for a break. We'll be back in about 10 minutes. So stick around for the second half of the Revive the Dead one shot. We are currently raising money for the Trans Justice Funding Project. We've got links posted of ways you can donate and help us. We've got a huge marathon weekend. So stay tuned and we'll be right back.
Bye bye. See you soon.
Welcome back to Nerds with Dice. I'm super excited to be continuing with the second half of our Revive the Dead City Girl by Moonlight one shot. We currently are raising money for the Trans Justice Funding Project. You can find all of their links in the chat as well to find out about what their cause is and how to help, as well as the donation link if you are able to give money. Even just sharing the stream is super, super helpful to get people more aware of this amazing charity. But without further ado, where we last left off, our Magical Girls TM have been able to get through their first horde of undead, have been able to supply with different light causing items, as light in this world helps to deter certain undead and to help weaken them. They have started to figure out how exactly the city is the way that it is because they
Mhm.
recently, when going to the hardware store, found that one of the rooms in it was fine, all color the way it was left, where the rest of the city is all in shades of gray. We left off with our heroes running away from the singing hordes. And you guys are running towards the vision that Tuella saw. We describing at least a little bit of the area surrounding that vision as you maintained focus on it. The woman that was crying is located in the park where this weekend you were supposed to be having your pride celebration. It's not too far away. You guys have been running for a little while at this point, evading groups of undead, especially the singing horde, that seem to have a little bit different of an intelligence level compared to some of the other zombies that you have run into. We find the camera zooming in on our group as you get to the outskirts of this park. It's quiet except for the sounds of crying. Even all the way out here, you hear the exasperated tones of someone taking in deep breaths and letting out whatever this emotion that they are feeling is, but you hear it all the way out here.
What is that?
I don't think we need to physically do anything, if that makes sense. I
Okay.
think this is just a lot of pent up emotion for something. Um, and it's eating everyone alive. So,
So what do
yeah.
we do?
I have an
Uh,
idea, but it's kind of wild.
Tell me.
We already know what everyone else is doing to, try to bring people in. Why don't we try the same?
You want me to? Do you want me to sing? Is that what you're saying? You want me to
You don't
sing?
yeah, you could be like the sharks from West Side Story and snap in the back if you're not comfortable with singing.
Sure.
Okay.
um no, but like
I mean, I'll sing if you want me to sing. I just want to make sure I'm clear on the solution here. That
yeah, I
in
mean,
this
what
case,
I'm kind of thinking is like the vision showed me a single person
yeah.
and the hordes are looking for more people. I mean, the hordes could be looking for this singular person or this
Oh
singular
no.
person has ordered the hordes to find more people. Um so we could
And if,
just ask them to join us.
because I imagine you said this is like a dark center of power, right?
Yeah.
So if the singing horde takes them, that will be, I imagine, terrible.
Yeah. And all of
Okay.
you are so sparkly and cute and stuff. So
Oh my god, stop.
there's no darkness
Ah,
here, and the sun is still out. I don't have to fight it yet.
okay. All right, what do we sing?
I don't think we have to sing. Maybe there's X that and say, what if we just tell them to join us?
Oh
And
man, I had a whole tap routine prepared.
A tap
And
routine.
that is
yeah,
not
and
singing. That's dancing.
it's singing with your feet.
Well, I mean, when you tap, you
And
make noise with the taps.
That's
yeah.
true.
True.
Yeah.
We'll snap. You'll tap.
Yeah.
Great.
We're like a
I'll-
flash mob. That's what
yeah,
we're doing.
I can clap.
Okay.
You know.
What if we just talk to them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's. I'd say we try it first. I
Did
mean,
you get
keep
the
your
sense they
weapons.
were dangerous?
I didn't get a good vibe when they found me because
Okay.
I was kind of there, kind of not. That makes sense.
Okay.
Um.
But it could just be what they're going through, projecting that
Yeah.
danger too.
Yes. That is what I think is happening.
We could also hum.
We could
Did anyone know any Gregorian chants?
Yeah, totally. Actually, I practiced those before I came back in here. It's funny that you ask.
Or we could do the
I-
Halo theme.
Or we could do that. Yeah. I prepared all of these things, ironically, before we came in here.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Or like a
Wild.
theme song to a TV show.
Yeah.
We could.
We could sing the theme for Cheers.
Raina starts walking toward the sound of the crying.
Every step is a tap.
take those
No,
off.
Yeah.
They're so bad.
the shoes. I'm not wearing the shoes yet.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
But as you begin making your
Oh,
way
no.
through the park, again, everything is in grayscale, but strangely, there seems to be this black ichor coating the trees. You see that the sign for Pride 2025 has again this black ooze just dripping off of it.
We're gonna have to clean
Can
You
I?
even have to avoid puddles of it
that off. Ew.
going towards the center of the park.
Can I get my hand as close to the ichor as possible and use empathize to try to feel the emotions behind it?
Absolutely. So, how many points do you have in empathize?
I only have one.
All right. So you start with one die.
Mhm.
Would anyone like to help?
I'll help.
And as far as
I'll
a
mark
bonus die,
stress.
would you like to add a bonus die via stress? You don't have to add it at all, or a poison promise.
Can I make a argument
Okay.
for heartfelt? Because I feel like this ichor directly ties into the person that is crying.
Okay. And
So
heartfelt, can you describe to me what
yes,
that
heartfelt
would
says
be?
when gathering information about someone's emotions, roll an extra dice, and then you can always ask a player, "What is your character really feeling?" for free.
This absolutely would apply. So you get the free die from heartfelt.
Yay.
And would you like to add a bonus die on top of that?
Yes, I would like to take a stress for it.
All right, go ahead and take a stress. As you look into the ichor, tell me what you roll.
My highest is a 5.
That's a mixed success. That'll work. You're going to get what you want. As you reach and stare deep within the ichor, there are flashes of memory that pop into your head. You see a pair of young women, seems from a time in the past, probably closer to the 70s. You see them uh, wearing white wedding gowns. And saying I do and doing a kiss at the end, and then your vision quickly morphs almost at that memory. There's dark ichor now that is dripping down it. You see that color is beginning to fade from it, and you feel a sense of loss.
I relay the emotions that go with this memory. I don't relay the actual memory to the group, just so that they can get an understanding of what I had came to the conclusion about, and how I kind of like I feel like it's been reinforced that this person is just in a lot of emotional pain and needs a community and needs support and needs to join us.
Positive. Not in a creepy way.
Respectfully, join us.
Join us.
Face down, pass up.
Give it. We'll put that on our
The
flag.
motto.
Yeah.
Yes.
Given that information, and seeing making the connection that the ichor is directly tied to who we're here for, I do have an ability called constant care that I would like to use, because I just think our appeal will be more powerful if we know who we're here for, and are able to call to them as a person and not just an entity that is here. Um, so, constant care says when you help a friend recover, you also recover based on your role. And when you gather info, you can always ask who here is hurting for free. So, I think to kind of show, even though this is kind of gross, like all like what has happened to our city is not the most friendly thing in the world, but I think to show that Reina is unafraid of doing what needs to be done and to be here for whoever this is. I think when they say who here is hurting, it's a lean in close to the ichor and almost like a whisper to show them that this is coming from a place of care and not aggression.
And remind me again, what ability is that?
It's called constant care.
Okay.
I'm primarily capitalizing on the second half of it that says when you gather info, you can always ask who here is hurting for free. Now, it doesn't say they have to answer.
Okay. Well,
But
I think that they will. And do you need to make a check for this, or is it something that just goes off?
it doesn't say I have to make a check for it. It's just one of the guardian abilities.
All right, 1 second. Um,
Unless there is a role for gather info specifically, but it says you can do it. You can ask that question for free.
okay, so
So
help a friend recover. Okay, so you're doing gather info, so that would
yes,
be a role.
okay.
Sorry, brain
But
went
does it?
away for a
But it
moment.
does say it does say I can ask who here is hurting for free though. Do I still make the role,
Yeah,
or
so
does it just happen?
I think for the purposes of tonight, let's have it just happen as far as
Okay,
that question. And also,
sure.
Tuella, you had a question attached to that we can answer after this as well,
Yes.
I believe, to your heartfelt ability. So, as you reach out towards the ichor, and I will say this, if you only want to ask the one question of the like who here is hurting the most,
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what the question was. You
Yeah.
can do that for free. If you want to ask more questions, that will require a roll.
Okay. Yeah, right now I'm just waiting tentatively to see if this reaches back out.
So, with your constant care ability, describe to us like how are you interacting? Like, are you directly interacting with the ichor? Are you trying to like reach out with your powers? What happens as we see this?
Okay. I think even though she's a little scared. I think she does whisper the question, but to show that she is unafraid of whatever this person is feeling, I do think she will reach a hand out to the Icker and in kind of a gesture saying, I'm not afraid of your darkness. You can talk to me. Who are you?
You reach to the Icker,
And
and as you don't die
Ah,
yet, but you reach towards it, and you see,
Mhm.
almost like with a life of its own, it starts to try and wrap itself around your hand, and almost
Okay.
forms into a hand itself. And as this black Icarus hand grasps yours, you get a wave of knowledge of who this person is. Her name is Amelia. During the fall of the city, she lost her wife, and it was the last person. She is an uh, elder in our community, and she didn't have any grandchildren. She's mostly kept to herself. Her wife was her last connection to this community, and now that is gone.
Not gone for long. And I think, given that a hand was offered, Reina squeezes tightly and whispers into the embrace, we're coming to help you. To let them know that that is not their last connection and it doesn't have to be.
And as you grasp back to like hold on, it will actually, this puddle will go alongside you as you walk towards the center of the park.
puddle buddy.
Puddle buddy.
Um, for Madison, who was this person in your timeline? Or at least who was she to you?
See, this took place in the past, right?
So this would have been, she lost her wife during the fall of the city this week. So it would have been a thing that would have happened like a few days ago in your timeline. Or did she lose her wife in your timeline?
I think the wife was someone who had mentored me, and um, she did lose her. Um, Probably trying to protect me.
You instantly feel like this pulse that you do when there's something almost like a string, like a thread that connects you to why you're here. And you immediately feel as though like from your chest you are pulled towards this person. Similar to how when you first came here, how you were pulled to this group.
I just kind of start to wander that way. I know I know this is hard on everybody else, but yeah, I just kind of start to wander.
You all see Madison start wandering in the direction where the Icarus path lies.
Well, that's okay. I mean, that's where we're all going, right? Wander away.
I follow Madison's lead.
All of you as a group start heading towards the center. Again, more of this Icar matter is just coating every object, every picnic table, every booth that was set up for the Pride Festival. Until you come to the center, where it looks to be a gazebo, oftentimes used for weddings. There are often many different celebrations to be had, especially during Pride, and this is usually the meeting ground for it. And you see an older woman with silver hair. braided into an intricate style, but you see the back of her facing towards the gazebo itself. She's hunched over, shoulders forward, head down, and you just see her shaking. And as you almost hear the sniffles and cries, you see drips of ichor falling to the ground.
Amelia, we're here. We came we came to find you.
The sniffles stop for a moment, and you see as she turns towards you a age-worn face. She looks to have lived a joyous life with laugh lines, and you can tell that this was a warm person. But as she turns her face towards you and you can see it fully, you see that her eyes are just this pitch black with this streaming ichor with golden flecks just dropping down her face.
Okay.
I think, do you need a tissue?
There's a slight turn of the head, like trying to understand. And
Can I
at the
offer her one?
as you raise up the tissue, you see her begin to stand into her full form, towering above the gazebo. You see her almost begin to grow, stretched out. And you see that in one of her arms, she holds what looks like a scythe.
Okay. I
Uh, but it almost looks like she isn't outright attacking, but
okay.
she has noticed you guys are here, and
Yeah.
especially holding out the tissue. Like there's like you can tell recognition has happened at that.
I th- um I think as I see this happening, and this is not in a gesture of aggression at all. Um just because Reina sees her warrior's form as a heroic one, as a hopeful one, as something you see when something good can still happen. So it's not some grand flamboyant um, transformation this time. It's very still. And you see, well, she gets a little taller, not saying tall, but gets a little taller. And the fabric of her clothing, you can see it literally unraveling and reassembling itself into something new. So as her hoodie kind of falls apart, no nudity. It's just, it's Sailor Moon rules where we don't really see anything. Uh, but you see like literally the fabric of their garment unravel and re-ravel as like bright golden armor that it's not necessarily a light source, but it feels illuminating. It feels like you can see a little better. Things are a little clearer now. And very strong. um Breastplate, like a large glaive on their back where their hockey stick would have been, um and just extending a hand outward if they would like to step down from the gazebo to talk.
Uh, make a check for me as you've
Okay.
finished in your
It's 9
transformation.
o'clock.
As you are shining in this golden armor, reaching a hand out, what action reading or skill are you going to use to try and
I want
persuade
to
this person?
try what I'm trying to do is I'm going to try for defy, and my reasoning is I want Amelia to defy the circumstances she's found herself in. She's hurting, and it's valid and it's real, but there's still life to live and people to connect with and to find community with. And just in a gesture of, this is your situation, here is something new to hold on to. I would try. I'm definitely gonna mark a stress so I can get another die.
And
What?
we also have a second reroll in
Mm.
case, uh, as we approach the climax of our game.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna roll. Come on, come on, come on, come on. I have a 5. Do I want to try again in the hopes that I get a 6? That's a pretty big gamble because I only rolled 2 dice.
Is there
A
any
mixed
way to
success
help?
is still a success.
That's true. That's
Oh,
true.
we
Is
can
there
add
any way
help.
to help?
Yeah, absolutely. If you describe to me how you're uh, uh,
Yeah,
actually
because
with
you have the
the
tissue out.
tissue.
Yeah.
Mm.
So, if Madison marks a stress, then I'll let you add another die to roll to see if we can shoot for that 6.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
I
Um,
almost picture as like us being willing to embrace her together.
Mm.
yes, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah. Okay. No, it wasn't a 6. It was a 2.
Mm.
But we tried. Still a
It's a,
5 though.
that's a mixed success. So you get what you want, which is to help her start coming into herself again,
Yeah.
finding herself. You watch as the tears stop spilling, and you see her iris again, this beautiful bright green with little gold flecks in it.
You have beautiful eyes.
You can tell that she just, there is a want to go there, but there's something that is holding her back.
What's wrong? What do you need?
Can I use my free question?
Absolutely.
Mm.
Free question is, what is your character really feeling? So what is Amelia really feeling right now?
Yes.
She feels alone. She feels completely alone, even though she is with a group of people.
How old is the elder?
Um, over the age of 65.
Okay. I would like to like cross behind everybody. Um, use a very traditional Samoan phrase. It's the phrase of tulo, which is what we say when we pass by anybody, especially our elders. So, in this moment, I'd like to show immense respect for Amelia and, uh, like, stand beside her. Hello, son. Um,
And polka dots joins as well.
yes, my
Mhm.
my cat appears on my shoulder.
Yes.
And polka
And
That's
dot
what
gives
was
the
in
help
the
action.
backpack.
my
Yeah.
cat. I
The
told you not
most
to look at my
important
backpack.
thing to put in the backpack.
Mhm.
And I would like, there we go. I would like to like help Amelia down from the gazebo by holding her um, by the arm, and then in a whisper that is not meant to be heard by anybody else. Um, I just say that I forgive you, and hello, son. Um, and uh, I would like to introduce you to some people that I think could be really good friends, and in turn, they would make me help you. Though it wouldn't be a make, it would just be you would be now a part of my family.
Make me an empathize roll. I think
Okay.
that's what the skill is.
Otherwise, I do have the forgive. Um,
Oh, if you have forgive, that's perfect.
yeah, I do have the forgive skill.
And
So,
because you
hell yeah.
used heartfelt, you get that added die.
Okay.
So you start with 2. Would anyone like to help with this?
I think.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, go for it.
No, you go. You go.
Oh, okay.
Not it. You go.
So I want to. Okay, I want to use 2 steps ahead for this. To use one of my 2 times permission, assisting a teammate without spending a stress, but I have to think of a way that I'm prepared for this situation. I think I'm going to sell. It's not like a physical preparation. I think Mariah is emotionally prepared for this situation, and she's going to stand. I'm not 100% sure if I fully remember the scene that was painted, so I'm just gonna hazard a guess and hope that I'm not wrong. Um, she's going to stand next to Tuila and mirror body language. She's not gonna say anything, but she's going to mirror Tuila's open and welcoming body language, and a lot of it is in her. Though her eyes are vacant of any color, just pure white. It's very hard to track her gaze, but her face is turned. The angle of her head is communicating an invitation as she assists Tuila in this action.
Would you like to add a bonus die to this?
Then I would take
So
2 stress, right?
Oh, no, this is for Twila to be able
Oh, I'm
to.
choosing how the help works.
Yeah, so you choose how the help works. So you don't spend, well, you don't spend any stress. So
Mhm.
Twila gets a extra dice. And then
Ooh.
on top of that, Twila can also add a bonus dice from herself. Uh,
Okay. Yeah,
yeah.
that sounds good.
so you're able to help you. It is almost there's a connection that is met
Mhm.
uh, in a way that you feel seen in this moment as like you both lock eyes with this help as
Mhm.
Twila is reaching out with forgiveness. Would you like to add a bonus die to
Yeah,
this?
I'd like to spend a stress.
So you spend a stress for that, and
Thank
let me know what you get.
Yeah. Come on, son.
Kiss it for luck. Good job.
Oh,
I'm
Good
gonna
job,
miss
polka
the
dots.
one.
First 6 of the game, please. First 6 of the game.
Good
Yay!
job, polka dots. You did it.
Good
Best
job,
cat.
guys.
amazing. So you critically succeed. So everybody can remove 1 stress
Ooh,
from their
Ooh.
track.
Let's go.
sick.
Like I
Ooh.
didn't even use one.
And describe how this plays out because you will see all of this ichor be able to melt off of her, revealing what looks like almost like a Valkyrie.
Don't.
Hell
Uh,
yeah.
you see the black ichor just like melt off of the scythe to reveal a golden sword, and you see as almost like a pair of golden wings stretch out from her back. But tell me what you do in that moment to get her to realize the community that she has.
I gesture to the rest of my group and I say, we all volunteered to come and meet you. And in my eyes, I'm leaving with these 3 as family. And I'd like to make you a 4th.
You see as she sheds a cleansing tear, washing away the pain. Not that it will completely go away, but that she has people to lean on, that she doesn't have to share it alone. As that happens, you start to hear singing.
Oh my god.
Join us,
No.
join us.
Not today, bitch.
Can I use one of my moves?
Yes, absolutely.
I just love the idea of quietly
Okay, it's
muttering
called
that.
Saw It Coming,
Mhm.
Oh,
and I think you're gonna you all are going to see that Madison can be in two places at the same time
hell
as she
Oh,
yeah.
rushes over with her weapon to like the closest singing undead. She's going to attack.
so I think Madison is the
Whoa.
first person to see what this looks like. As Madison duplicates themselves, Madison coming through the main entryway of the park, you see a amalgamous mass of this ichor, but within it you see faces. You see faces that are singing, just swooshing in and out, different faces, different ones that look in pain, they look angry, they look scared, they look sad, they look lonely. All of it just intermixing into itself as this cacophonous chorus happens and you swing. What kind of skill would you like to roll for this, or does your ability have something in particular that you need to do?
No, I don't think it does. Um,
So that means you can choose whatever skill you want to do.
Defy?
That works fantastic. So do you have any points in Defy?
Yes, I have 1 point.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Uh, is anyone able to help in this situation or wants to help? I'm sure you guys do because you guys have been very helpful towards each other. But is anyone going to help with this, seeing this thing that has been chasing you and trying to get it to slow down so you can get away?
I'd like to use one of my links with Madison to grant
Awesome.
another dice to the roll.
Hell yeah.
Fantastic. So you have 2 dice. Would you like to spend stress to add a bonus die on top of
Yes,
that?
I'm gonna add a bonus dice.
All right, so that's 3d6. And tell me what you get.
I got a total of 9. I got a 6, a 3, and a wait. Let me look at it again. No, 6, a 2.
Well, you got a 6, so that's a crit.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
All
Yeah.
right, everybody gets to remove a stress.
Let's go.
Yay. We're not worried. We're
So
totally fine.
using your time traveler abilities, showing them for the first time of how you are so connected to them and why you came here in the first place. How do you slow this creature down so all of you and Amelia can get away?
I can I trip it?
Absolutely, you can. You are able to figure out that while this creature is kind of like a slime or an ooze, there's still people inside it, and people have legs that can be tripped. So you are able to use. And what weapon have you been using lately?
Um, it's either the pipe or the chainsaw. I want to say the chainsaw.
With your chainsaw, you just
It's
start
badass.
cutting through. You are tripping them. You see as these faces begin to fall forward, buying you guys enough time to get towards the center of the city. Oh,
So
there's
much goop. I'm
oh
just
no,
picturing just chainsaw cutting through so much goop.
it's goop everywhere.
Oh
There's so
Why
man.
much
am I
goop. Oh
sideways?
no, we have a We gotta get
Because you're a time traveler.
we gotta get Madison to the
You can
timeline.
be in two places at
There we
once.
go.
See? This is
Hey,
lore
it's working.
accurate. Whoa!
Oh no, not again.
Madison, you're all over the place. You're so impressive.
Madison is just like slicing and dicing through this ooze of
I'm
people.
over. I'm sideways. I'm backwards,
Yeah.
forwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's on the walls.
Please fix.
And as
I'm muted.
you
Sorry.
oh no, you're fine. Hey, we roll with it. It works.
Yeah,
It's
we
all
see you.
good. We see you. We see your
Oh,
beautiful face.
sorry to break immersion. If we could just, I have changed the link to our Caption Ninja because I don't
Okay.
know how, but we were sharing it with somebody else, so we have a new one.
Oops.
Please
All
remember
right.
to change your name here at the end to your name so that the late name label works. Okay, let's back into the narrative. Sorry about that.
You're totally fine. All good.
Mm.
All right. So, as you guys are running away with Amelia, you see that she will direct you and say, "Thank you. Quickly, we need to go." And you guys begin running towards the center of the city, weaving through buildings. Again, this huge mass of faces begin following you. The echoes of this cacophonous join us. It almost feels as though it's burrowing in your head and evoking feelings. As you're running through the city, I would like each of you to tell me something you see and how it used to be before all of this happened.
Mm.
So we will start with Madison. As you're running through, what do you see that this cacophonous choir is almost evoking this emotion out of you, this negative emotion?
I see the ruined town, like the future ruined town,
Mhm.
and I see all of the people in my community just getting taken by the undead and maybe taken in by this black ooze and just watching everything I love become destroyed.
What does Mariah see?
Can you repaint the scene for me, please? I am still coming back from being distracted by switching to into tech
You're
mind.
you're totally fine. You are doing amazing at tech. That is
Thanks.
no problem at all. We are currently running towards the center of town to be able to get to the wellspring, the
Sorry.
fountain that is cleansing, and
Uh-huh.
the chorus of the join me is evoking an emotion out of you as you look around your surroundings. I would it would be great if you could describe what is something that Mariah sees that evokes that emotion out of her.
Evokes emotion. I'll give a little bit of context as to why I'm so distracted because I'm promise I'm not just being a goof.
We're
The
all
person
good.
that we were sharing captions with has kind of rated us.
Oh
There's a
my
lot
goodness.
more people now. So yeah, the tech goblins have brought us friends. Yay!
Welcome Raiders.
Whoa, whoa, I just saw.
Yeah,
Whoa.
awesome, right? Hi
Hi,
everybody.
97 of you. What?
Okay, so what emotion is Mariah feeling? Because Chanel is feeling an emotion, but she needs to feel a Mariah emotion.
Yeah,
Holy moly.
so as you're looking through, it's basically this choir is evoking this like this negative feeling out of you as you're glancing through the city. So what do you see that is causing this emotion?
I think it's what Mariah doesn't see that is causing the emotion. The, the dichotomy of this undead choir matched up against the the eerie quietness of what used to be a bustling city. Mariah loves people. Some may accuse her of loving an audience, but genuinely Mariah loves people. And one of the things that made her the saddest about this whole tragedy was that the best part of the city disappeared, the people became something that she could no longer trust, something that she could no longer commune with, no longer give and take pleasantries with. And so it's strange to her to see this literal unison, this literal harmony in almost a mockery of the community that she had come to love before.
The empty streets just echo with your footsteps as you feel this pain. What does Tuella see that evokes this feeling out of her?
Tuila becomes very aware of a teaching passed down from her mother to her, um, that through motherhood and having a baby, there are memories that are passed down, and in this moment the lack of community and like this industrial feel starts to feel suffocating, and just like it like she feels so claustrophobic in a place um that she has been in her entire life, but for this exact moment everything that she had never known but her ancestors did are telling her to run in the opposite direction.
It's almost as the buildings grow with your growing discomfort at what you're seeing. That fear, that intense creeping of what is behind you. You know you all need to get to the center fast. Reina, what do you see?
Mary, I'm going to be so real with you right now. The amount of followers that happened also ejected the prompt from my brain. So
Totally
please tell
valid.
me again too. Please.
So, as you're running through the city to get to the center where the fountain is,
Okay.
there is a chorus of that ooze creature that
Yeah.
is kind of permeating your mind. And
Yeah.
as you scan through the city, what you see that is evoking this negative motion that this creature is preying upon?
The negative emotion coming from me.
Yes.
I think as we are essentially running for our lives at the moment, I think it just so happens to be that we run by Reina and her sister's house. Um, Reina has guardianship of her sister, and they had been traveling together for so long, just trying to find the right place to plant roots and to find community. And this was it. This place was it. Every neighbor was a friend, and you could walk over to get a cup of sugar or to have a shoulder to cry on, and this was it. And there's my house. My and my sister's house, and I'm not there because we're under siege and I'm angry. I have so much rage over the fact that this is what happened to our home. And it is that anger that is practically sweating out of their pores as they run. That this is what we've come to.
The lack of color in your house, the lack of laughter, of feeling, it's overwhelming and it stokes that fire inside of you and you understand why it's so important to do what you need to do. You race towards the center of town where you begin to see the floodlights along the outskirts of the fountain, fending off the undead. away from it. You see the sun begins to set as time has passed. As you guys have been navigating the streets all day, you are tired. And just ahead of you, undeterred by the light, you see a creature, a unicorn, but there's something wrong. All over it, again, is this black ichor. You see their eyes, where normally you know they would be a brilliant crystal blue, are instead a deep red. And you see it beating its hooves against the ground as it's trying to get inside.
I think with the way Reina is feeling right now in her transformed state, not even that it's going to be an attack, but just instinctually grabs for the glaive behind their back, takes it out, points it at the unicorn, and in this booming voice says, "You will not!" And just trying to get its attention away and towards us.
As you go towards it, you pull out the glaive. Um, Mariah, you constantly are watching. As you scan the area, you notice fear in this creature's eyes as Reina begins to pull the glaive. You see it almost back up, but it's for a split second. It's not what everyone else sees, but you watch for everything and you notice that in that split second.
And this unicorn is pawing at the fountain in the center.
Yep. And it looks afraid of Reina.
I think Mariah kind of mom arms a little bit, takes a step forward towards the not physically, just kind of like a
No, but it's
gesture.
okay because
Yeah.
like Reina is caught up in their anger right now. This is
Oh.
what they need. Do it.
Oh,
Go ahead.
okay.
Mom arm me if you want to.
Yeah, she kind of just mom arms and stands forward. Oh my god, the cute little old man yells. I love it. Oh, the little cat man. As she's mom arming blah blah, she reaches an arm out towards the unicorn and fixes it with her blank white gaze and asks, "What are you doing?"
In your head, you you know, at least in this world, that unicorns don't necessarily speak, but they show you things in pictures. And in your head, you see the wellspring and it dipping a hoof into the wellspring, revealing a white hoof free of the ichor. You feel a necessity to get there.
Does the does it look like something has been expended from the wellspring? Is it changed by the intrusion of the ichor?
It doesn't appear that the ichor changes the wellspring itself, but
Mm.
the wellspring is definitely would affect the creature.
And it looks like an
Mm.
effect to the positive. It's removing the ichor.
Correct. And you can tell from that image that with the lights there, it can't get through.
So
Hear me out.
yeah. Are you talking
I
to me or Mary?
To everybody. I'm
Okay.
also
You've
trying
listened to me and my shenanigans, so I have to listen.
to. Sorry, I'm also getting distracted by my phone telling me that we have half an hour until the end
I'm
of the
sorry, I got caught up
stream.
in the moment there. I want to apologize for what I just did. That's not me.
No,
This is a tense
you're
time.
good.
This is
That's
you,
fair.
I
and it's just a different side of you, and that's okay.
different side, and I'm okay, and we're okay. And there's an amorphous mass behind us trying to maybe eat us. Who knows? Please,
I
I want to listen to what you have planned.
Yeah, I think it's the light that's keeping them from the wellspring. I think they need the wellspring to get better?
Like it's healing?
Yeah, whatever this ichor is, I think it washes it away.
So you think we should let that in? And points back at the chorus.
Why don't we just start with the unicorn and see what
That's
happens?
fair. That's a good judgment call. I agree.
I think that Madison's going to do her transcend just so that she has it ready, which is she's going to get engulfed in like a quick flash of rainbow sparkles just because I can. And she transcends, and it's definitely still Madison, but she's got like a French braid instead of the girly frilly braid, and she's got a like a jumpsuit on, like with those little skirt, kind of Sailor Moon like, but more colorful,
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
and a staff with a star at the end because she can.
I am obsessed with this. Well, you've described what your true self looks like. What does it feel like to transcend?
It feels like that moment where your project has come together, that you're doing what you did what you were supposed to do. It's successful, complete, very satisfied.
You feel an overwhelming feeling of hope. And everyone around, it just emanates off of. And we have not revealed this yet, but what is your true name?
It's Mabel.
We feel this feeling of hope, of options, that there's always a choice, there's always a way to get through it. Just emanate off of Mabel. So you now have access to your armor, and you now have access to your transcendent ability.
Hell yeah.
So as the chorus gets louder and louder behind you, you see that the unicorn is more frantic in front of you. What do you guys do?
I turn. Do we turn the lights off? I
I
rush
think-
to turn the lights off.
Yeah.
This
So
feels like such a Hail Mary. It's scary.
what we're going to do is we're going to start a clock.
It's a what?
A clock.
A
So
clock?
as
What
far
would
as
we need that for, Mary?
to figure out whether you can go and solve the problem of how to clear the wellspring and save the city before that ooze monster gets to you. You need to fill up the clock before it gets to you. So,
Okay.
who would like to go first? As far as this goes, it is very this isn't like D&D where we have initiatives as far as this goes. This is
Mhm.
like a group check almost. So,
Okay.
basically, you tell me what you're trying to do, and depending on how you roll will depend how much I fill up this clock.
Oh.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay.
So can you re-describe are they like big spotlights or what's I don't remember what the lights are.
So these are like big floodlights, things that
Gotcha.
you would
Okay.
probably find at like a building,
Yeah.
like in a construction site. Also, there are different. The floodlights are going to be your biggest problem. There are other lights that are shown on the area, but it seems like the problem that this dark unicorn is having is getting through the floodlights.
Okay. And so they're really high up off the ground.
Yes.
Okay.
Go, tall person, go.
Go tall person.
Use,
Go tall person.
use your
Go
use your
person,
tall
go.
ability.
Yes. Okay.
Roll
So
for tall.
Tap it on the top.
overall,
Roll for
Walk under it
tall.
like a door and hit it like a door frame.
this is
Yeah.
what's gonna happen. Okay, I think I feel like I misunderstood a little bit the behind the mask. It says that Your transcendent and your mundane selves lead separate lives, and no one knows that they're the same person. And your transcendent self wears a mask. So the mask is the transcendence?
In this case,
Yes.
yes. So I guess
Okay.
you haven't had your mask on yet.
No.
Would you
So
like?
we're gonna retcon a little bit.
Retcon.
All right.
Mariah is actually not 6'2". Mariah
What?
is 5'2".
Oh, you're my
Immersion.
height.
I'm so
Wait.
confused.
Yes. And I'm gonna
Actually,
and I
with JD, we're
almost.
triplets.
Yeah, quadruplets, because that's my height too. We're all itty bitty in this party. Um, and as described before, Mariah does tend to roll her shoulders forward, but she actually is more shrimping in this. She seems like she tries to shrink into herself and make herself seem small. She's not very outwardly social, very bombastic, I guess is the word that was in the book. Um, she does try her best. She's comfortable around this group, so her behavior won't be significantly different amongst this group because she's comfortable with them. But had she been interacting with strangers more and had I understood the mechanics better, she would have been a lot more standoffish. But now that she is transcending, now you see everybody, but no one else knows. The group knows that Mariah and Marvel are the same person. Marvel is her transcendent self. And as
Yes.
she looks up into these floodlights and realizes what she needs to do, she slides on um the big gloves that she got at the hardware store. But as she does so, I think just for a split second, you there may be the question of, or maybe even anyone who saw her pick them out might have asked, why did you pick such big gloves? They're way too big for your hands. As she slides these gloves onto her hands, they turn a shimmering silvery white, and they fit her perfectly as she grows a full foot up from 5 feet to, as the aforementioned, 6'2". And the outfit that I already described is what she transforms into: the blue and silver, a somewhere between like a loose cat suit, like a jumpsuit, but a little bit more form fitting. And she pulls the chainsaw chain that she got from the hardware store out from a silvery fanny pack around her waist, and uh I'll make a man out of you style from Mulan. She like doubles up the chains around her hands, looped around the post of one of the floodlights, and just starts, I don't know what it's called, but like salmon laddering, I guess. Just scaling this thing, going up to the top where all of the filaments and stuff
I'm obsessed. So what check are you trying? So first of all,
Ah,
you're transcending.
yes.
So you have transformed, like putting these gloves on,
Mhm.
uh, into the mask. We see Marvel now,
Mhm.
growing to that height. How do you feel when you're Marvel?
Marvel feels capable and important and seen when she's in her transcendent form.
Uh,
Worthwhile.
so I'm going to do something special since we're getting close on the end time. This is a group activity. I want everyone to roll
Mhm.
right now to see how you affect this. You're trying to get all the floodlights down. Uh, Marvel has climbed up one. Uh, we what is everyone else doing in this moment? And then we'll all roll at once.
Before
And all
before the roll, I
yes,
will also mention this is watch this, so she is performing a superhuman feat of athletics as part of her transcendent ability.
heck yeah. I'm obsessed. So also we have a bunch of extra dice. We've got 10 extra dice and 5 re-rolls. So,
Oh, we
uh,
got.
use up however extra dice you want. But real quick, Tuella, are you transforming?
I can't. And there is
Oh,
a twinge of jealousy
You
that
can't.
I turn away from everybody. I take out my giant wrench that I got at Dodge's Auto Shop, baby. You need to get out
Yeah.
of Dodge. I
Get
love
out of
them.
Dodge!
Get out of that. Okay. And I just take the big wrench. Like there's just this, like my heart feels like it's like just like growing, but like like it's being held, and I just like run behind every single floodlight and I hit it with the giant wrench, upset, just pissed off. We're just like trying to get our emotions out without taking it out on all of you. So
Mm.
that is what I'm doing.
That's real.
Uh, Rena, are you transcending?
I am transcending. So I did describe kind of the look before, but I guess transcending it's just like extra, I guess. Yeah. Okay, so we're going full Valyrian. Full Valerian. I think you see their hair that was in that kind of choppy, shaggy cut earlier. It almost stands up on end for a second and then slicks back like flush with their skull, because they can't be bothered with that right now. Muscles rippling, armor gleaming, just the epitome of a warrior. And I think with that added level, the glaive has this ethereal glow about it that isn't necessarily like, you're not sure this glaive is made to cut, but it's made it's made to tackle any obstacle.
Mm.
Um and do you want me to describe what I'm going to try to do?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm at one of these floodlights, and even though it is a glaive, at its heart, it's still their sister's hockey stick.
Mm.
And so what you see is like how you would normally wield it, that's not what they're doing. They have it in like a downward swing. They loosen up one shoulder before they rear back with it, and they're trying to slice cleanly through the floodlight's base just to just topple it.
Amazing. What is Mabel doing?
Mabel is can she still use her ability? Okay, well she uses the ability and takes her staff over towards where the horde is, and is trying just to hold them back long enough for everybody to do what they're doing. Like she does the thing where she's in two places at once again.
I love it. I'm obsessed.
Very cool.
Uh, so, whatever skill you're going to use, um, I am open. This is your transcendence. This is your moment. So choose whatever school skill you want to use and form a dice pool. We have 10 extra dice that we can fill up. Tell me whether you're spending stress or not, and we can get everything rolled up and see what happens.
I have a question.
I got an answer.
In this instance,
Yes,
we are trying to assist the unicorn. Would you
correct.
say this would qualify the unicorn, at least in this moment, as a friend? Like we're trying to.
Absolutely.
So, and these floodlights are actively hurting this unicorn. It can't heal
Correct.
because of the floodlights.
Mm-hmm.
Then I would like to use How Dare You
Oh,
with my swing, which is when you strike back against someone who has harmed one of your friends, or in this case, it would be something you can say if that doesn't work. It just says gain +1 effect. I don't know the full grasp of this game, so I don't know what +1 effect means, but I imagine it's good.
it's really
So,
good. So if
okay.
you would roll a 1 to 3, it would make it a mixed success. If
Mm.
you roll a 4 to 5, it would make it a crit, and a 6, it would just make it explode. So,
Wow.
Oh, baby, oh, baby, okay, okay, okay.
What?
all right.
Definitely.
So whatever skill you're gonna use, add the extra dice that you want to add.
Okay.
Spend stress if you want a bonus, and tell me guys what your result is.
Do we have to tell you how many of the extra ones we're using?
I'm assuming you probably will use all 10 dice in this roll. So up to you.
Okay.
So the is it one of
Max dice
the,
pool is 6, just so you know.
that's
That's
including a bonus?
Yeah, so you can roll up to 6 dice.
I do that.
So I rolled a 5, which becomes a 6 because of How Dare You.
Yep.
My cat
Okay, I
isn't
have a
here to
quick
kiss my
question.
butt.
Ah,
Answer. Got one.
Since we're this is our last thing, I
Mhm.
have my transcendent ability, but I could I use it differently?
Absolutely.
Okay,
We're just all hulking out over here. This is great.
well, it's related to my fate. I have a fated person that I'm supposed to save,
Mm.
but could I possibly try to save the unicorn instead?
Yeah, that could be why you're here, is to save this unicorn. So,
Mm.
absolutely, you can do that.
The last unicorn.
My favorite movie ever.
Ooh, pretty good movie, yeah.
Yeah.
But basically, what I'm doing is I'm taking 3 harm and changing the timeline.
I love it.
Whew.
I'm obsessed. Oh my
This is
gosh, this is gonna be
incredible.
good. This is gonna be good. All right. What did everyone get on their roll?
I got 3 4s, a 1, a 2, and a 3.
All right, so we got one mixed
How
success.
did you
That'll take
roll
up
that
one
many
clock.
dice again?
I used my
Extra
hand.
dice.
What?
Extra.
What was the question? My answer was ridiculous. What was your actual question?
No, how did you get to roll that many dice? I just want to make sure I didn't do anything wrong
Oh,
because
I
I
was
did
told
not
I
roll that
could
many.
roll 6, so I said I do that.
Okay.
I don't know math. I do what I'm told.
So, whatever your skill would be,
Yeah.
you can add a stress with a bonus dice.
Yeah.
You're basically, I'm going to, everyone can get help from Amelia. And
Okay.
we have bonus dice that have been donated by our lovely viewers that we can spend as well. So there's like
Okay.
a lot of bonus dice.
Okay. Okay.
I'm just marking as stress just because I don't know if that is necessary, but I don't feel like figuring out whether or not it
That's
is.
all right. It's
Okay,
we're in the last little while, so you're good.
one of my dice is a 6, so that's that.
Yep,
Ooh.
that's a crit. So that'll take up
Look at us.
two.
Look at us.
Uh, you got a 6 as well, Valerian. So
I got 2 now. I have 2
two now.
critical.
All right, so that is
Ooh.
going to what did Tuella?
I got one crit success.
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
Look at
And a
us,
bunch of
guys.
mixed.
Look at us. We're
And
doing it.
for Mabel, what did Mabel get?
Um, I got the 6, I got a 5 and 2 4s, and the
Hell
other two
yeah.
are ones.
Okay, so my clock was 4 and you guys over exceeded that by a lot.
Hey,
So
let's go.
describing how this works. So we first see uh Marvel begin to climb the salmon ladder. As she does it, she just continues climbing, 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 and then just wham with that chain. Our camera then shifts over to Valerian, as just with that hockey stick, you begin swinging, and similar to how you would hit a hockey puck, we see rays of light begin to shoot out these different floodlights, and the camera then spins over uh, to Amelia and to Mabel fighting off this giant creature, slowing it down, Mabel being harmed considerably, uh, and just at the point when the unicorn is about to step in the fountain, Tuella, you see a rogue creature begin to jut at the unicorn. Would you get in the way so the
Yeah.
unicorn can get to the fountain?
Yeah. I'm not thinking at all. I'm just
You
ready.
instantly body block, and I believe that is the key to unlocking your transcendence.
I
It
knew it.
is.
I knew that. I knew that. I knew that was gonna happen. Ah.
You got
Uh,
me. You got me.
how
You
does
got
Tuella transform?
You hear a new song, but this song is filled with joy, and it is in a language that you don't know. But you hear a rush of waves that is accompanied by this wonderful singing. Um, a little bit more nasally than what you're used to. But just like it's this all-encompassing thing, and there is this like warm like sunset light coming from where I um I might still be there, who knows. And what comes out of it is I have the same eyes now as Marvel. My eyes have gone a stark white.
Hell yeah.
My hair is
Twins.
like down to my waist. I have just this like necklace, this red necklace, as well as like a flower necklace around my neck. And the tattoos that I had are just glowing.
Hell
And
yeah.
I am in um, traditional uh, um, um like Samoan dancing clothing. So it's very brown. I have a
Very
whole
cool.
giant headpiece that honestly now resembles a unicorn because that is what I and who I saved in this
Hell
moment.
yeah.
I love that. Wow.
You take on that hit, and in doing so, unlock a part of yourself. Bright light begins to deteriorate this giant ooze-like creature as the unicorn leaps into the fountain, washing away all of the hurt, all of the things that were put upon it, all of the beliefs, all the pain it was trying to absorb, but it couldn't take it all. And you see it all wash away with the help of those around it. In an instant, there is almost like this giant blast of light as that happens. It knocks everyone down on the ground. Your ears are ringing, and when you blink and your eyesight begins to be more defined, all around you, the bright buildings are brighter in reds and teals and pinks and purples. The ground of cobblestone, all of its bright colors have returned, and you see like this wave of light usher out, almost like in a sonic boom, throughout the city, clearing out the undead, clearing out everything. You guys were able to save Prisma, and in this also created a group now that can go and help other people. Because if this is happening here, it has to be happening elsewhere. Thank you guys so much for playing today. I've been your GM, Mary. You can find me online at the Nerd on Wheels everywhere. I post my schedule uh, as far as what is coming up for me. But I'd like to give a awesome shout out to everybody. So we're going to start with uh, with the lovely Chanel Lees, that has been our wonderful tech person and has been playing Mariah and Marvel. Where can we find you?
You can find me. Easiest way to find me is by going to Chanel Lee's my restart that sentence. Trash. Drag and drop to recycle bin. Start over. I've been in chat, so if you click on my name and go to my Twitch profile, you'll find a link to my link tree, which is linktr.ee/Chanel Lee, spelled the same way as you see on screen, except without the hyphen, the little dash in the middle. But if you go to Blue Sky, you can find me as Chanel Lee's with the hyphen, because Blue Sky lets you do that. Not everybody lets you do that, but Blue Sky does, so I'll take it because that's what my name is. Um, and on my link tree, you'll also find, I try to keep it updated as much as possible, a clickable schedule to see where and when I will be streaming next. I've also got a link to a VOD playlist if you want to see where I have been in the past. And I would love to see you at a stream or on social media. So follow me and let's be online buddies, I guess.
Guess what? I already did.
Oh
I did
wow,
Oh
one.
my
thanks.
gosh. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, whoa.
Whoa.
And just for that, you get popcorn next.
No.
Ah!
The
Didn't even
consequences of my actions. Um, I am Kelly. I go by the Kellhop across the internet. Where can you find me? You can find me on Tuesday evenings for our Daggerheart campaign of Bitten on Crit Hit Chronicles and the Talking XP. You can find me in a number of audio dramas. I'm in the audio drama Air 313 and our new audio drama 1.7 Miles to Lake Wanatel, which is a very scary audio drama and very, very fun. And you can also find me. I'm a finalist this year in the Critter Awards for the Best Player Indie category. Um, I would appreciate your vote only if you think I have earned it. Go vote, even if it's not for me. There's lots of beautiful, talented people in this community that work so hard and would love the recognition and the appreciation. So please, please go vote. And I will popcorn it too, Janie.
Hi, I'm Janie. I played Mabel. You can find me on Blue Sky at janiepotts.bsky.social, I think.
I think that's right.
And I'm going to try to post when and where I'm going to be streaming. I am on this channel again at, I don't know, sometime later.
Hell yeah.
Ooh, I have the schedule open.
You're so popular.
What do you, what day?
It's by Witched.
Ooh, by which, yeah, that is at, ooh, yeah, early, 4 a.m. Central. DM'd or GM'd or storyteller is Gilly.
Yes.
Yeah, that sounds like fun.
Yes, and I also want to say for the Crit Awards, I worked on the APOC Chromatic Unlimited BHM celebration.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I mean, if you enjoyed it and thought we deserved it, we would love to vote for that.
Hell yeah.
And I'm going to popcorn it to Merm.
Thank you. First of all, congratulations on your PDF of Inevitable, Janie. Congratulations.
Woo, woo.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. But hi everybody, my name is Merm. I use she they pronouns, and tonight I have been playing Tewiba, who uses she her pronouns, and her ascendant form Sungatangaloa, um, who you all got to meet at the end, which is incredible.
So cool.
Yeah. Um yeah. Um you can find me two, maybe three more times this weekend. Tomorrow I will be maybe on two streams depending on some scheduling stuff. But I will be for sure in the queers group tomorrow, starting at 11 p.m. Central Time. And then on Sunday at 1 p.m., I will be in the Oops All Ace group. We're playing Thirsty Sword Lesbians. You can go see me be very queer over there, like I was already tonight. I'm in a bunch of TTRPGs right now. So if you follow me at Mermtrain, MIRMTRAIN, .bsky.social, I post things. Are they sometimes like 20 minutes before show? It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You can always catch me as the Chaos Gremlin, face down, ass up, respectfully. And if you don't know what that means,
Always respectfully.
always respectfully.
Mhm.
Check the clip from earlier in stream.
Yes.
You'll find me making an absolute fool of myself everywhere I go. So that was this one. So yeah, that's me.
Face down, ass up
I
forever.
have an interruption because I forgot to say that I'm also coming back tomorrow at 4 p.m. with Mary too, for Wicked Lies and Alibis. Very excited for that. I only realized
Hell
that
yeah.
because I remembered this was more than a 1 day event in listening to other people talk because I don't remember. I don't know what time is. It's not real to me. So
Time is soup. It's
time
all
is soup.
relative.
Yeah. Yeah.
We
Time
have
is
a
a
time
real soup.
traveler in this group. It's just soup. It
Just
all
soup.
exists at the same
You
time.
saw the
It's just
time
soup.
traveler went sideways. It's just all the weird soup.
Yeah.
Just all
Soup.
over.
It's your
But
favorite soup, but it's soup.
to wrap things up, thank you guys so much. So far, we have been able to earn $335
That's
for the Trans
bananas.
Justice Funding Project.
That's
Thank you for
so
all
good.
the follows, for the raid.
Ah.
Coming up next,
Ah,
we have.
Wait,
like,
where do we find you?
yeah,
Oh,
where do we
yeah.
find you,
Hi,
Mary?
I'm
Come on,
here.
I
Mary.
Hi.
followed you already, but where do we find you?
Mary, hello?
I'm at your house.
You can you can find me online at the Nerd on Wheels everywhere on social media. The nerd on wheels dot bisky dot social. I do
Bisky.
disability Yeah, Disky. I do disability storytelling to bring advocacy to people with disabilities. I've got a
Oh,
couple
yeah.
of different projects coming up that I post online. I've it's a very busy schedule right now, and my brain is slowly losing it. So go ahead and check me out on social media for everything that I've got coming up. You can also find me tomorrow for Wicked Lies and Alibis. It is a clue-like one-shot system where a murder most foul will happen at a pride festival, and one of the players did it. Uh,
No.
Coming up next, as far as
Wait,
the
Polka
next.
Dots has to outro though as
Yeah.
well.
Oh, fantastic.
I can't make him speak. I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's
But this is
okay.
him.
He speaks when he needs to.
And he's purring right now, so there's that.
Oh, the
That's
Yeah.
true.
baby.
Our emotional support cat
Yes.
is very appreciative of them being here. Coming up next, we have a panel on characters and how they made us. So stick around. We
Very cool.
are doing this all weekend. Huge stream. There's some amazing games left. So stick around. Pop in when you can. Give if you can. Share us around, and we'll see what's coming up next with this
Thank you
panel.
so much for being here,
Yes,
for
yes,
donating.
this
You
was so
all
much
were so
fun.
nice. You were all so
Woo!
nice. Oh my gosh. That's
Oh, I pressed
crazy.
a button to pull it up, pull us
Oh,
yeah, talking. I make the stream stop because I'm doing tech. I think that was my
all good.
cue.
You're doing great.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.